Hey guys, Coach Michael Burt. Hope you're doing great on this Saturday night. I'm up here checking out my Woodbury Greatness Factory. As many of you know, I felt called to come back to my hometown and do something, and that was to take an old dilapidated building and refurbish it and basically improve it. And I felt that very strongly in my heart, as you can see. Got new flooring, new everything. But what I want to talk about in this video for all you who are out there is that just because you have a vision of something does not mean it's going to automatically work immediately. And this is a perfect example here, is that this building is serving a purpose. We do have events, we did have recitals, we do have baby showers, we do host events here, birthday parties, reunions, but it is still not functioning the way I would like for it to function, which is servicing the needs of the community on a consistent basis. And so what I'm trying to do is get my mind around, how do we do that? Do we hire one full-time person that markets it? Do we market it to people? Do we explain what a Greatness Factory is better? Do we, basically I just need this thing working, man. And no other reason than I spend a lot of money to come up here and make it into something that's really, really beautiful, but it needs a function. And sometimes a quick start personality like mine will jump on something, do it, make it better, but not think through the strategy. And that's really where I'm at now, is I'm thinking through the strategy. Like, can it serve a church? Can it serve as a Greatness Factory for kids? Can it serve different factions of the community? So for you may come out of the gate strong, but you haven't done the legwork behind it to really work through the purpose and the function and the structure and everything you need. And sometimes I do this, is I just get going so fast, man. I create things, and it is servicing a need. I do think it's really helping the ladies. There's 30 or 40 ladies that are working out here on a consistent basis because there's no gym in this market, but there's a lot of things that this little town needs that I haven't got my mind around yet because I live in another city. So for you, this is a good lesson for you, is if you're going to sink some money into something, you need to think through the strategy. You need to think through how you're going to make it work. You need to think through steps 2, 3, and 4. I know we're all taught that the first step is the hardest, and it is, but it's really steps 2, 3, and 4 that are the biggest steps, okay? So that's what I'm doing. I'm thinking, I'm writing down ideas, and in the grand scope of things, as it relates to running a business, there are priorities. And if I've got a business over here and we're building a new Greatness Factory in the city I live in now, and we've got Monster Producer, and I'm speaking all over the country, and I'm coaching different teams, and this little business here in my hometown just don't get enough attention. At the end of the day, that's just the truth. Right now, it just don't get enough attention. So what's the big lesson of this? That which doesn't get attention doesn't grow. I don't care how good it is, how good the concept is, how good the dream is, how good the want and desire is. If it doesn't get enough attention, it just doesn't grow. And that's anything in your life. What you focus on grows. What you spend time and energy on grows. What you devote your knowledge and skill and desire to grows. And so this is a good example, is I haven't quite got my mind around how to make this thing work. What are the needs of the community? And the only way to do that is I'm going to have to get up in this community, because the needs they have today are different than the needs they had when I was here 20 years ago. I know there's a need. I know there's things this can do, but it also speaks to, even in a small town, the education level that has to happen. See, many of you, this is a big mistake we all make. We assume people know what it is we do. We assume they know how we can help them. We assume that it should be obvious that we can help them. And I think that was a little bit of my poor assumption in this place. Is I thought, man, I'll build a Greatness Factory up there, and people will be dying to get in there because everybody wants to be great, don't they? Well, people don't know what a Greatness Factory is. They don't know how you manufacture greatness. So this is a small town. It's got modern televisions. It's got new bathrooms. It's got nice furniture. It's got a kitchenette. I mean, it's got all kinds of things that we could be utilizing. We just hadn't figured it out yet. So take a lesson from me, all you quick starts out in the world. This is a good thing. What I've done here is a good thing. I really believe that. What's a bad thing is I haven't done my work here and given it the attention it needs to really make this thing pop and make it go. Because where there's no usage of your product or service, there's nothing to talk about. I need people in here. Like it's Friday, I think it's Saturday. Yeah, Saturday night. I need people in here tonight, man. Even if they're being entertained, even if they're listening to music, even if they're doing things with their family. I need energy. I don't need it stagnant. And I think that's what I tell my wife all the time. It breaks my heart. It really breaks my heart that I've come in here and spent this money to refurbish this place. It's an old Curves building, by the way. And man, it is so modern. Look at that. The flooring, I love the flooring. I mean, I love it. It's got such a good energy about it. But don't matter if it's got energy for me. It needs people, right? So what's the lesson? That which you don't pay attention to don't grow. Where there's no usage of your product or service, there's no transformation. Where there's no transformation, there's nothing happen. And don't you ever assume, like I have, that just because you open the door to something, they ought to flock in the door. That ain't how it works. We got to go out there in the community, and we got to coach people up and educate them on why they want to be great. We got to remind them that God planted a seed of greatness in them, and we got to manifest it. So hope you're having a great Saturday night. I love you. From the Woodbury Greatness Factor, where Coach grew up. Okay, call on me. Call on me anytime. Everybody needs a coach in life.